In this video, we'll be talking about the water system in your Bailey campervan. Now, most campervans have two tanks, one for fresh and one for waste. So we'll be covering the entire process from filling up with fresh, monitoring it on your control panel, and then once you've enjoyed your holiday, how to empty that waste tank. Filling up the water tank on your Bailey campervan is incredibly easy. All you'll need is a connector for the tap and a filler hose. Now, the water tank is filled from an external point. We have a tap here. What we do, screw on your hose connector, plug one end of your hose into the tap. I won't turn it on yet because we now need to put this hose into that external filler point. So I've kept hold of this end of the hose so it doesn't drag along the floor, and here's the external filler point. Now, it's a lockable cap, it's unlocked at the moment. What we do, unscrew it anti-clockwise, and then the hose simply fits inside the tank, and now we'll turn the tap on, go inside and monitor it from the control panel. Right, so we've got the hose run from the tap into the campervan. We're going to the control panel now. We're going to scroll down until we get to water level. Now, you need to monitor the water level from the control panel, so now is the time to turn on that tap and begin the filling process. Before we turn on the pump, there's a yellow toggle switch, which is by the combi heating unit itself. On this particular model, it's under one of the front seat bases. Now, to the side, you will see a yellow toggle switch. If it's in the open position, the toggle will be upwards. We need it closed, so it needs to be in the horizontal position. Once that's closed, we can turn on the pump, and we need to open the hot tap. The hot tap will then run until you get a steady flow of water. Now, that can take some time. The tank here is 10 litres. It needs to fill up that 10-litre tank before it can flow to that hot tap. Once the hot tap has a steady flow, carefully turn to cold, bleed that through, which will only take a few seconds. And once that has a steady flow of water too, your water system is ready to use. So we've filled the water system and we've been using the taps and the shower and everything else in this Bailey campervan. Now we can see that the waste water level has risen. So now we'll show you how to empty that, and importantly, where you should empty it on the campsite. So your campsite is likely to have a dedicated motorhome service point, as the sign behind me suggests. Now, it will have a concrete or tarmac apron with a drain in the middle, and it's important to position the outlet for your wastewater tank directly above it. That way, you can just go down, open the tap, and then it will drain the tank. If you can't get close enough, it's possible to fit a hose to the tap, but if you're lucky enough to get above it, all you do is turn the tap, and then you can simply let the waste drain out, and when it's stopped, make sure that tap is done back up again. So that is the wastewater part drained. You can also do exactly the same with your fresh water as well. So if you have a tank of fresh and you don't want the water element to eat into your payload capacity, on this particular model, the drain tap is exactly the same place, but on the other side, so you'll just move it over, drain that as well. So we've shown you how to fill, how to empty, and how to use the water system in your campervan. Before you set off on your next break or whether you're returning home, always make sure that both of these taps, both the waste and the fresh water, are done up so they're not leaking whilst you're traveling.